All right, Yetis, it's August 31st. My gosh, we're almost into September, and it has been so much fun and an amazing experience getting to know all our new Yetis and welcoming back our returning Yetis for kicking off this great 21-22 school year. So, an update here for you. A lot of information to cover. I will try to go through it quickly. Okay. Hi, this is me. There's my contact information. If you need anything, if you want to explore any of these topics further, reach out. So the first thing we have to do is celebrate all the great things that have been going on. Our students went to A-Base and they were risk takers, they were team builders, they were engaging in nature, they were building character and doing all those great things. We had a group of our upperclassmen go kayaking on Lake Dillon, learning to pull together, to row together, to be a crewmate, not a passenger on the Yeti ship this year. Everybody working together for great things. Pretty symbolic, but also a really fun experience. We have started classes, so lots of learning going on, whether it be English, math, science, social studies, whether it be an elective, or whether it be those life skills that we're working on teaching our students so that they develop those habits of success. And then we are really excited. We have a group of our seniors, 8 students, are taking a total of 57 college credits just this first semester. And, they'll be working towards knocking out that first year of college or a lot of those core credits here while they are still Snowy Peaks Yetis. Your child, too, will have that opportunity someday down the line as they progress into their senior year. Okay, so big upcoming events and calendar events that you want to make sure that you are aware of here. The first is tomorrow. So tomorrow is our first Wednesday, and so we do run a little bit of a different schedule on Wednesday. So we do what's called experiential learning on Wednesday mornings now. If you remember last year, it was Wednesday afternoons, but Wednesday, or I lie, maybe it was 2 years ago that it was Wednesday afternoons. So anyway, Wednesday mornings, experiential learning, where we focus on character development activities, nature activities, and community service activities. But while the weather's nice, we are going to embrace nature and doing things together as our community. So we're going to go on a hike up Mount Royal. So we have a bus, pull out here in the morning. We'll take students up to Zach's Stop Trailhead, and we'll start heading up Mount Royal. We have a challenge by choice, which means students can challenge themselves to different degrees, but we would hope all students make it either to Masontown, and then if they continue up, the goal will be to make it to the top of Mount Royal. Then we'll come back to school. We'll take a little break. We'll get some lunch. We'll feed our kiddos. And then we're going to take NWEA testing. And so the NWEA test is not one of those ones that we really allow us to opt out of. We really want everybody other than our seniors to take it. We use the data to drive our instruction. It is a graduation requirement. We want to see the growth that our students are making all year. And then so on that test, it's it's a test that's really difficult to use a personal device for because it's set up to use our Chromebooks. So we're asking all students to bring their Chromebooks, bring them charged, bring a charger, and be prepared to use them. And then some students have a text to speech accommodation written into their plans. And so if your student wants to, they can bring headphones for that accommodation if they're applicable for it. And some students just like to wear headphones as they take the test because it's kind of a noise buffer. So they're welcome to do that as well. Okay. On Thursday, the day after tomorrow, we will have our first PTSO meeting of the school year. So we hope to see a strong showing of our parents and our teachers and our students for that organization. And we do have some student representatives coming to that meeting. So it'll start at 7:30 a.m. here at Snowy Peaks. You can either be in person. If you're in person, you'll need to wear a mask to come inside. The other option is we'll send out a Zoom link, and so you can join the meeting and participate via Zoom if you don't want to come into the school. All right, other important dates. Most of these are for next week. So there's a big college week next week starting, Monday's Labor Day. Don't come to school. Don't send your kid to school. We're off. Enjoy your 3-day weekend. And then after that, on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have college events going on. So financial aid is Tuesday. A college info night is Wednesday, and then there is a college fair at Summit High School on Thursday. All of those events will be hosted by Summit High School, and all of our students are welcome to attend them. And then a little ways down in mid-September, we have school pictures. So if you want to schedule that haircut, get all cleaned up and looking spiffy, school pictures on Friday, September 17th. And then our big annual event of the Snowy Peaks Challenge hike is going to be September 23rd. It's on Thursday, and we encourage our families, if you guys want to come and participate, if you want to join us, you are welcome to do so. We're still determining the hike. We usually do Quandary, but with the parking situation, it might be different this year. Okay. So we have some big schedule changes and changes in our daily schedule. The biggest one that you're going to want to know about is we heard you. We heard you loud and clear. And so the biggest one you're going to want to know about is that dismissal for school is now going to be at 2:55. The school will remain open. That doesn't mean we're kicking kids out at 2:55. But what we know is that our families might appreciate not being caught in the Summit Middle School traffic that occurs at 3:10. And we know that sometimes you're waiting 30, even 40 minutes to get through the traffic to get your child at the end of school. So what we said was we would shorten lunch just a little bit, move everything up, and we will get your child out of here, into your car, and zipping off, or out of here and onto the summit stage and zipping off before we have to deal with the dismissal of Summit Middle School. So hopefully that's going to make everybody's life a lot easier and make it a little less painful here at the end of our day, and kind of speed up the process. So what that looks like here is everything on our bell schedule on those days is actually going to look the same. But if you just notice, we dropped from a 40-minute lunch down to a 30-minute lunch. And usually our kids are spending the last 10 minutes of lunch playing ping pong, skateboarding, and doing things like that at the end anyway. And we already build in time during our unplugged period for students to do things like ping pong and spike ball and reading books and all of those really healthy activities for us. So we have not cut that out of our schedule. It's just we kind of moved when that happens, okay? And you'll see our dismissal time at the end of the day now is going to be 2:55 on every day except for, of course, Wednesday. Wednesday remains a 2:20 dismissal. So our new bell schedule is going to take place it's going to start on Thursday, okay? For students who take the school bus, they're still going to be dismissed or be able to go out to the school bus at about 3:10, get on that school bus, catch that school bus, and the buses pull out at 3:18 to 3:20-ish to start heading off campus, okay? So this slide and all of these slides will be available below in the comments of this YouTube page. And so if you want to download this, hang it on the wall, whatever, you can, okay? So as I talked about, oh, nope, I'm going to get rid of me. It's kind of bothering me. Okay, so yeah, as I talked about, our new dismissal time is 2:55. But other changes to our schedule new to this school year, if you've been a Yeti for a few years, we've never had these things. So the first is that we do have split lunches. So our 7th and 8th graders will eat at a different time than our 9th through 12th graders. So our 9th through 12th graders eat first, and then at 11:10, and then at 12 o'clock, our 7th and 8th graders eat together. And we just feel that that's a better structure, and it's a little less overwhelming on supervision because it's a lot of kids in a smaller area when we have lunch for the full school. And then we'll have a full school meeting or a full school activity every single day as an opportunity for us to pull together as a full school. And then we have our Be Legendary, which is our social skill curriculum class. And that is now also split by grade levels. So grades 10 through 12, with the exception of just a few 9th graders, have that Be Legendary class first. And then most of our 7th through 9th graders have their unplugged period first, and then they switch, okay? And then you see they kind of go and switch, all right? So our 11th and 12th graders have been given a lot of freedom that comes with them being responsible this year. But, what we've said is our 11th and 12th graders can go do their unplugged opportunity individually or independently. And so we are not requiring them to do it with the school. However, we are telling them it is a requirement that they go do something that is good for their heads, good for their hearts, that does not involve technology. And that is from 2:15 to 2:55. Okay. All right. Wednesday schedules. Now, we heard a lot of feedback, of positive feedback about how we ran Wednesday schedules last year during COVID. So we've decided to keep a lot of those COVID structures. But before I get into what a normal Wednesday will look like, I want to make sure I give a reminder that tomorrow is not a normal Wednesday. Tomorrow will be a full school hike in the morning. And so these are the things that we want to make sure our students have on that hike for Mount Royal tomorrow. So I won't read this same slide to you. I've already shown it to you many times this year, but please make sure your child has a lot of these things with them tomorrow and are ready to go on that hike. So up to Mason Town is actually really short. It's not much more difficult than any of the other really short hikes we've done this year. But up to Mount Royal is a little more intense. It's a little harder, I guess I should say. So they'll definitely want some water with them. Okay. So, in a normal week, just for preparations for the upcoming weeks, a Wednesday is going to look like this. Okay. Grades 7 through 10 are all going to report to school every Wednesday, and then we will have multiple options for them to branch out into our community to do their experiential learning. Again, experiential learning focuses on character development, community service, and engagement with nature. Similar to what we did last year, we are giving our 11th and 12th graders the option to either come to school and join our experiential learning activities, or they have the opportunity to do an independent experiential learning activity. So if they want to go plan a job shadow, they can. If they want to plan their own nature activity, they can. However, if you are a parent of an 11th and 12th grader, please remember they have to log all of these activities and they have to document what they have done. This is not a time for our 11th and 12th graders to sleep in and skip out on these activities, because that will definitely catch up with them whenever we ask them to submit their portfolio and they haven't done these. So the expectation is that they show the responsibility to do them on their own. And like I said, they're always welcome to join the school activities. Okay. This is the only day that we push lunch back a little bit, and we have a full school lunch, and that's at 11:30 to 12 o'clock. Again, our 11th and 12th graders can still be off campus, but everybody, all grades, need to be at school between 12 and 2:20 for our Be Legendary WIN intervention and an extension. So WIN is an acronym for What I Need. And so what we do is we give our students grade reports, and we start to identify what kind of academic supports or extensions they might need. And then we schedule in some time. It's almost 2.5 hours for students to focus on raising their proficiency levels in targeted areas. Or if they're in the green, as we call it, and they're doing great in all their classes, we will have fun academic extension opportunities for students to participate in the afternoon. Okay. Now, again, tomorrow is a little bit different. I just want to remind you, tomorrow NWEA testing is running, and our seniors actually do not take the NWEA test. They're welcome to come to school. We will have things for them to do if they want. But because they're not taking that NWEA test, they're welcome to check out with us after their experiential learning. Okay. And then, as always, on Wednesdays, early dismissal, has our students go home at 2:20. We have teacher meetings after that. Okay. So just a reminder of what that's going to look like for us to get ready for this WIN period. Every Tuesday, we're going to be communicating with our students and with our families as to whether or not your student is in the green, which means they are passing all of their classes and they are good to go. Yellow means, we need to slow down because we have one class that is either incomplete or below a 2. So let's slow down and focus on getting that one grade up. And the red would mean, hey, we really need to stop and focus on getting our grades up, because that means we have 2 or more classes that are either incomplete or below a 2.0. Okay, so just a little visual. I'll have a whole new slide or slide deck and presentation on what WIN and progress monitoring will look like. But just as a quick reminder, every Tuesday, you're going to get a parent update with how your student's doing with either green, yellow, or red. Now, we don't have grades in most classes yet, so that won't start this week, but you can plan on that being on a normal Wednesday week, probably starting next week. Okay, so there again is just another overlook of our whole schedule all put together. Like I said, we now have an earlier dismissal at 2:55. We have our split lunches that you can see here. We have our Wednesday schedule here. And then Thursday and Friday actually mirror our Monday and Tuesday schedule. If you have any questions about this might be new to some of you guys who haven't been Yetis, and this is your first year, feel free to just reach out. I'll walk you through anything that might be confusing. Okay, that's all I have. Thank you so much, Yetis. Thanks so much for being part of the Yeti family. As always, please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and always know that you can reach out if there's anything at all that we could be doing for you, your family, or your student. Thanks. Have a good day.